I'm not going to do a reading or a scripture today. I'm just going to talk about some thoughts from my walk this afternoon, actually this evening, around the neighborhood. Just pondering all of these verses and scriptures and parables that I've been reading, preparing for my lecture tomorrow morning on ego. And I was thinking a lot about the nature of thinking. Like, thinking is such a mystery to me. It's something I've been contemplating for the last, I don't know, several months at least, trying to figure out what is a thought? What's the nature of a thought? And today, it seems to me that that thought is an echo. Thought is an echo of experience that plays mechanically. And the nature of desire has entirely to do with identity of the self with this echo. Call it the upadhis if you want. So you have the mind echoing experiences, and they remain a purely mechanical process until the I attaches itself to the thought, to the echo, and says that it's mine. And that produces the desire, that converts this echo out of its mechanical state into its living state, into its state as a newborn desire. And it's that identification with it that makes you pursue it, makes you water it and bring it into fruition. And that, of course, creates a stronger echo. So that's what we call an impure mind. A mind that has lots of unhelpful experiences that it echoes back to you continuously. And you identifying with that echo, liking that echo, actually enact it and make it louder, give it some reverb and let it play back. And so the way out of that is to hold on to the name of God as a means of occupying the mind and purifying it, meaning ceasing it from playing back the echoes of unhelpful things that you've identified with in the past and that you've pursued in the past, and are ready to pursue again as long as that echo keeps playing back to you. And this echo has imagination at its beck and call as well. So once that echo has your attention, you'll play in the mind the pleasure that that echo has represented to you from the past. And it will play back only the very best parts of that, because that's what you've enjoyed and that's what you want to look at. And so it plays that in the imagination and lures you back into that behavior, that cycle that takes you out of yourself, out of the blissful point of your true reality within, that place within that's unchanging, that's free and ever pure, and actually very content, very blissful, a beautiful space inside that most of us are pulled out of because we're paying attention 100% of the time to the movie of the mind, to the echoes of the mind, and getting all caught up in that thinking that removes us from the moment and takes us into an imagined existence, an imaginary world, based on our thoughts and ideas. And it affects the way that we see the world. It changes the way that we see the world. And so by bringing our mind back to that name of the beloved, it actually allows you to find that place of stillness within, because that is what the name indicates. The name does not indicate a third-party God. The name indicates the Atman within you, and it reverberates in that space, and it brings the mind home. It brings the mind back to zero, to a non-moving place, a place that's quiet, a place that's content. Because you, not being body-mind, you being spirit, have no needs. You have nothing that has to be taken care of. All of those things belong to body-mind. And so when you find that place within, and you can become established in that place, meaning you don't get pulled out by thoughts, you don't imagine that the echoes of mind are you or yours, but that they're purely mechanical processes of a body-mind, then you're able to let go of that need to fulfill them because you recognize they don't belong to you and they're unnecessary. That by keeping the mind in itself, seated in its seat, in its throne of existence, you can be free from constantly having to run out to serve these imagined desires that have been caused by your mistaking them as yours and not maintaining that boundary between you and the mind and the body. So find your freedom. Stop giving life to the echoes of your mind by identifying with them, and be free. Give yourself a beautiful life instead of a life trying to chase after hungers and thirsts all the time and only being able to fulfill them temporarily. And every time you manage to fill them temporarily, you increase their magnitude, you increase their volume, the echo volume that's going to replay for you in an imagined future.